Namaskar. What is there for us in the future? Is our future dark, or is it going to be bright? So this is the question. When I ask myself, I ask my intuition, I ask my logics, I firmly believe that future is extremely bright, because we all want that. Maybe some tiny fraction of human society doesn't want that, but majority of humanity wants the brighter future and is awakening, and it becomes worthy of that bright future. Human beings have spiritual needs, and we are awakening towards those spiritual needs. Normally we don't feel, we don't understand, we don't know, we are not aware that we do have spiritual needs. Just like a cactus staying on your window, it doesn't know what kind of treatment it needs. Much water or little water, what kind of nutrients it needs to thrive. It doesn't know. But when you give a proper treatment to the cactus develops beautifully, becomes a beautiful, strong plant. So similarly, many of us, we don't understand what I actually need. And as I don't understand, I don't try to get it. And therefore, I'm not happy. So today, many people are unhappy. I was very surprised that today so many people, they are taking antidepressant drugs. What does it tell? What this fact tells us about? It tells us that people are not happy. And why they are not happy? Because they are awakening. That is why. When you are sleeping, when your spiritual needs inconspicuous, they are not very evident, you're fine, you're happy with the material life. But when you are intellectually developed, when we are socially developed, economically developed, the time comes when the spiritual awakening is about to happen. And you are about to discover those needs. You already have those needs, but you are not aware of them. When you have needs, but you cannot fulfill them, what is the result? Unhappiness. That is why people are unhappy today. So, the evolution pushes us at the next stage. Many people also psychologically, psychiatrically becomes imbalanced. Why? Because there is a difference between my inner desire and the external world. Inside, I want love, friendship, devotion, dedication, bliss. From outside, I only get the stimulation of the lower tendencies. The entire society runs on greed, jealousy, etc. And this is there. It motivates us, these things, they get financially rewarded. These things may be necessary for so-called success. But do I want those things? I don't. So that is why there is a huge difference between the inner world, inner needs, and what the external world can offer to us. So that is why now we need to change our society. We need to change the entire, to revolutionize all aspects of our life. Make them more spiritually oriented. So this is the process of leap of humanity into the spiritual strata. We have been very material, now we have become mental. We live in the mental world, not so much material anymore. We are more psychic, more intellectual beings than the material beings. You know, in the past, if you read the books, the parents will tell you, what are you doing? This is not going to earn your bread. Better go learn how to cultivate the wheat. Something like that. But now we all study. We all become intellectual beings. And now is the stage when we become spiritual beings. All conflicts, all problems, all suffering in the world is because of the defective software. What is hardware and what is software? Hardware is us, these bodies, these minds. Software is the collective mind of humanity. What is that collective mind? It's the sum of all narratives, beliefs, customs, usages, socio-economic structures. Basically our world view. How we understand that the things should be. This is the collective mind. Majority of the people believe certain things. This is the software. Even some people don't believe. Nobody listens to them. And because of those beliefs, because of those thinking patterns, the defects in the psychology manifest as a suffering in the external world. So there has to be movement, evolutionary movement. And now we are at the age. We have to move. We cannot postpone it. A number of cases of the psychological imbalance, when people suffer from depression, etc., etc., shows that we don't have time to wait. Okay, you can give antidepressants, but do we want our entire human society that maybe just from the time you're born you start to get some kind of antidepressants and live like that? Do we want that life or we want something different? Do we want to live like that or we want to overflow with joy? That is going to happen if we are going to be natural, if we are going to pursue our real needs of our spirit. But to pursue those, some defective ideas in the collective human psyche has to be rejected. And some important ideas have to be accepted. So spirituality is going to establish at 3 stages. Spirituality is a cult, spirituality is an essence, spirituality is a mission. Cult. Do you like the word cult? Sometimes used as a bad word. Wow, religious cult. Some crazy people doing something. But it's a good word, it's a noble word. Cult. Culture. Cultivate. Agriculture, for example. You're cultivating tomatoes. What are you doing exactly? You're removing weeds, the things that hinder the growth of tomato. You're treating the soil, you're giving fertilizer, you're giving water. This is called agriculture. You're removing pests. This is called agriculture. So what is human culture? What is spiritual culture? Culture of the spirit. What is culture of the spirit? Remove the weeds. Remove the jealousy, remove the anger, remove the fear, remove the materialistic desire, remove these things. Kama, krot, halop, hamo, hamada, matsarya. Desire, greed, attachment, this jealousy, pride, like this, things like that. You remove those, and then you water, you cultivate, you give nutrition, to your spirit to grow. The spirit grows through ideation. As you think, so you become. You bring your mind in touch with a great idea, with the idea of divinity, with the idea of infinity. Then that spirit within you is going to mature, is going to grow into beautiful existence. So that is culture. That is real culture for humanity. And it starts in a few places. Spirituality is a cult. A person individually has become awakened and understood this is not the way. The way I lived, I shouldn't do that. This is dead end. I'm not going to go anywhere. Even this is what happened to me. I talked, with my classmates in university, and everybody is talking, I'm going to get a good job, I will build a good house, I will find a beautiful wife, and I'm going to travel, and you understand? And I will have a nice job that I like to do. So by listening to them, I was becoming more and more depressed. I was thinking, even now, if I get all those things that they are dreaming, this will change nothing. I'm not going to become more happy if I receive all those things, just like this. And I was becoming depressed, like, what am I to do? I'm not inspired with all those things that the world is offering. So that was spiritual crisis, and then there was a spiritual awakening. I understood I need a path. I need a spiritual path. I requested whatever I could. I was grown up in a tradition of Christianity, so I requested Christ to guide me, to give me a teacher, and to give me a path. So that was my request, my soul, the strongest desire of my soul, to be awakened, to go on the spiritual path. Sure enough, in 1 week, I learned meditation. When I started to do meditation, I thought, that's it. I am there. I have come. I have not come to where I want, but I have come to the train which is going to take me there. So when you already boarded the train, you feel, you still have to stay in the train and you still have to make a long journey, but you already feel, this is the place to be. And then you have to go through the physico-psycho-spiritual process of transformation, transmutation. Your nerves have to change, your glands have to change. Why? Because this is the basis, this is the base, adhara in Sanskrit, for the feeling, for the ideation. If you're selfish, this is not because you believe so, but because you are selfish. By your structure, by your body, by your glands, by your nerves. That's why. So just by believing something, that, I was selfish, I will be now selfless, it's nothing going to happen. You have to move from selfishness to selflessness. You have to move into the other state of being by slowly readjusting your glands, your nerves, rebuilding your cellular structure, everything you have to change in your body. And that is done through diet, through fasting, through the exercises, physical exercises, through proper thinking culture, through like jama niyama, through meditation, through culture of ideational culture of the spiritual songs and poetry. So slowly you're activating the higher and higher glands in yourself and higher feelings, accessing to higher and higher feelings. So this process of individual transformation is called spirituality as a cult. Cultivate. And then this spirituality as a cult lasts for some time. here and there people are doing, and they create bubbles of reality. Like whoever comes in your contact, you project, you manifest your inner state, and you affect the state of other people. They also start to awaken. So you create this kind of bubbles of reality around the awakened people. Maybe if 100 years ago you fly over Europe in the night, you will see just darkness, nothing. Then, or America, then the electric bulb is invented. It looks like an insignificant thing. Only 1-2% have seen that bulb. It's not yet industrially produced, but it's already there. And then when you fly, you see, oh, there is a little light there, little light there, little light there. And then 100 years later, when you fly, the entire continent is illuminated. So, in the spiritual realm, something similar is happening. First bulb, nobody cares. What is that strange thing? And then 20 years later, there is a network. Tiny little lights shining. Ooh. A sort of silk, like the certain canvas, the silk network connected with the little tiny lights here and there. Slow awakening. And though interesting, very interesting, wonderful things are happening. Just like there is a stone in space, and you throw a little stone into that space, into that big stone. That big stone will not feel impact of a little stone, but the tiny movement will happen. It will move a little. Of course, the little stone will just bounce out of the big stone, but it has conveyed the impulse to the big stone. But when the thousands and millions of the stones are just flying into that big stone has to change the direction. So humanity is like that big stone. And we, our individual minds, emanating higher ideals, they are hitting that big stone. So the entire thinking pattern of the collective human mind starts to change. The beliefs, narratives, everything that we have believed start to transform. There is a metamorphose in the software of humanity. And remember, the defects in the software, when come down to the physical reality, create the suffering in the physical world. So one way is to try to fix things in the physical world, but it's not going to eliminate the cause. The cause is our beliefs. So better you hit the beliefs. How? By purifying yourself from the defective ideas and awakening the higher ideals in yourself and inspiring others. So more and more and more, 1,000 practitioners is a great force. Is already a great spiritual force. 100,000 practitioners, fantastic force. 1,000,000 practitioners, oh my God. They unitedly, they can pull the entire planet in the proper direction. So this stage, the collective stage, when the meditations of the individuals start to affect the entire collective psyche of humanity, this stage is called spirituality as essence. Spiritual ideas, ideals, ideologies, ideations become essential for the collective mind of humanity. and there is a change. My spiritual teacher, he says, this collective spiritual strength of humanity is such a mighty powerful weapon before which no other weapon is effective. And then the last stage of spirituality. Those essential ideas, ideals, they cause people to practice and discover the enlightenment within themselves. Purge the darkness out of themselves and become luminous beings. And those luminous beings, their individual core of existence coincide with the universal core of existence. Individual consciousness coincides with the supreme consciousness. For those enlightened human beings, for that enlightened humanity, nothing is impossible. Humanity becomes a mighty spiritual force. Everything becomes possible. Any technology, any prosperity, the humans will discover every tiny secret of the entire universe. And that spiritual flow is the flow of joy, first of all. Every creature. And that will save not only humanity, it will save also animal world, plant world, insect world. Because it is going to awaken the flow of universal love. Nobody is going to be neglected. Nobody is going to be persecuted. Everybody is going to enjoy the existence, be in bliss. So these are the three stages of spirituality. And we are at the brink now. Evolution is pushing us. Either the gloom, your spiritual needs are there, but you're not fulfilling, so you feel so miserable. Or the joy. You have to choose one or another. There is no, we passed the time when you may ignore your spiritual calling. No, you cannot now. We must awaken now. The entire humanity must awaken now. And the more you meditate, the more you interact with other people, the more you inspire, the closer you bring that glorious moment when our civilization takes a step, cross the threshold of materialism and enters into the glorious era of humanity. That is the spiritual era. With every drop of our energy, we have to try and bring this era closer to this moment. That is why we have all come here to this planet with some purpose. We are born here at this time with some purpose, with some mission. So that's why nothing of ours is meaningless. This is actually also my teacher has said. I love very much how he says. So nothing of ours is meaningless. Everything is meaningful. And we will be increasing this meaning, and by our sincerity, by our action, by our knowledge, we will be increasing this meaningfulness from unit to infinite. Such a beautiful words. Nothing of ours is meaningless. Everything is meaningful. Your soul is calling you, whispering you, awake, arise, build new humanity. The future is bright. Don't be afraid of darkness. Darkness can never be stronger than your inner light. Go ahead. So this is the message for today. Remember, 3 stages of spirituality. Spirituality is called the most important. We are all awakening. We are all becoming enlightened. We are becoming new human beings, readjusting our glandular and nervous system to love, to be compassionate, to be blissful, and then changing the entire human psychology into a spiritually oriented one. And then, as a mission, removing every last darkness from every corner of this earth and the universe. Thank you very much. Namaskar.